Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and it's time for another This Week in Landscape Construction. So, as most of you know, I am a landscape designer working here in San Diego, and right now it's a very busy spring. I actually have 6 jobs in various stages of construction. So let's take a little quick tour of the 6 job sites and see what's happening. All right, number 1, out here in La Jolla, we have a bunch of walls that have been built, and now it's time to cover them up with some wonderful stone facade. And so the key thing here is getting a stone facade that kind of goes with the house architecture. So the client picked out this beautiful facade from Eldorado Stone, and so they have been covering both the old walls and the new walls with this stone facade. And as you can see, the first thing they have to do with all the walls is put this mud coat on, and then they attach the facade to it. The grand piece of this is the giant wall there on the back patio. Number 2 is this guy, and you saw we were building the shade structure last week on that. Shade structure is all finished, and so this week what they did was the concrete countertop and the outdoor kitchen. So the concrete countertop was actually poured a few weeks ago. Now they took the time to polish it and seal it. This is a wonderful concrete color called Palomino. They did a beautiful job polishing it and giving it this wonderful coloration and gloss with a semi-gloss sealer. And then the other part of it was installing all of the appliances. They have a sink, a refrigerator, a drop-in charcoal grill, not a gas grill, but a charcoal grill. This guy loves charcoal grilling. And then various drawers and side burners to really entertain and do a beautiful job. And also obviously has the built-in switches for operating the lights over the kitchen. All right, number 3, this one was kind of a weird twist. You saw these guys doing the pool last week. They did the plaster, we filled it, everything was great. Except we noticed that the gentleman in the back with the white boots was walking around and got footprints everywhere on the pavers that wasn't covered with plastic. The pool company tried to come back in and clean it with vinegar, and all that did was lead a white residue all over the brown pavers. It was just a mess. So Unique Landscaping came in and brought this paver restorer. This is called from Techniseal, and what this does is it removes all that film off of it. You mix it with water, pour it on, and then you just gotta scrub and scrub and scrub. It took these guys about 3 days to remove all the film. Here's a little bit more information about that. You can pause the video to read this more carefully, or just go to the Techniseal webpage. So this is really great if you have an old patio made from pavers that looks really crappy. This stuff really brings out it really cleans it beautifully, and then they're gonna go in and seal it this week once it is completely, totally dry. But you can see the color has been restored. The white film is gone. So they did a great job. All right, number 4, this is actually a come back to a project that we did last summer with this hillside, and we did all these wonderful butterfly plants, and most of them took and they look great. These butterfly plants like the lantana and the hummingbird plants like the salvias with some annuals, but there was about 10% of the plants died. We planted it last summer, and that's kind of typical for planting a hillside in the summertime. So we replanted a bunch of plants, loved watching all the butterflies hanging out, and then just mulched the hillside to get it through this summer. Number 5, another one you saw last week. They had demoed it, they laid the base, and it's time to lay some pavers. And like I said, when you get a big crew in here, you can just grind them out and lay a lot of wonderful pavers. Notice we even have the paver mow strip going down the side for the future artificial turf, and the really beautiful cover for the drains. And then also the barbecue is almost built as well. All right, then on to one more. This one is another job that was finished a few weeks ago, and we just had to fine-tune the lights and add some mulch. This was actually a front yard lawn removal project that the client got funding from the county of San Diego. Rip out all the grass and did a lot of the same butterfly hummingbird plants that I love to use. They also did, as part of the project, did this beautiful paver patio enclosed with a nice vinyl fence to keep the little dogs inside the patio while they enjoy all these flowers. So again, all we really did here was just tidy it up with some mulch and fine-tune some of the lights. Well, that is all the time we have for today. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to get more of my garden videos. Until next time, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching.